You're able to hear me, hear the harmonium also?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can.
Narada Muni Bajavina Adhikara Manana Narada Muni Bajavina Adhikara Manana Nama Mani Udita Hai Bhakata Gita Sane Narada Muni Bhajanina Radhikara Manana Amiya Amiya Dhara Parasidana Shavana Yugala Bhakta Jane Samane Nache Boriya Panahiya Naraduni Bhajanina Radhikara Manana Madhuri Puri Avasha Pashi Mata Hai Jagat Jane Ke Hova Kande Ke Hova Nache Ke Ho Mate Mane Mane Narayani Bajai Bina Radhikara Manana Panchavadana Naradhe Dhari Premera Sanganaro Kamalāsana Nachiya Bole Bolo Bolo Hari Bolo Narayani Bajadina Radhikara Manana Sapasana Paramasuke Hari Hari Boli Gaye Nama Prabhave Matilo Vishwa Nama Rasa Sababaya Naraduni Bhajadina Adhikara Manana Shri Krishna Nama Rasana Spuri Purala Maro Asha Virupa Pade Yachaeha Bhakati Vinoda Dasa Naraduni Bhajai Bina Radhikara Manana Naraduni Narada Muni Bhajai Bina Radhikara Manana Namayamani Yukta Hai Bhakata Gita Same Naraduni Bhajai Bina Radhikara Manana Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jashoda Nandana Jaya Brajajana Rangana Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jaya Brajajana Rangana जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि वो हरे कृष्णा. So are you going to share the Srimad Bhagavatam and in Hindi, Daya Gauranga Prabhu?
Prabhuji, we have in English, Veda base.
Okay, no problem.
So you want me to share in English?
Okay, you can share that in English. That's fine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamakyam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I was told the verse is 1:537, but I'm perfectly okay to take this.
Prabhuji, 1 second, I'll just change that from me.
No, that's okay. Whichever one that you are covering, if you have already covered that verse, that's fine.
No, Prabhuji, we can do 1537 itself.
Okay, so I'll just go on from 1:537 and maybe jump into this verse if you want.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's fine, Prabhuji. We can start with 1537.
So some one of you can repeat after me. Srimad Bhagavatam, Pratamashkand, Panchwadhyay, 37th verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Tubhyam
Tuvyam
Vasudevaya Dhimahi
Vasudevaya Dhimahi
Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya Namaha.
Putraya
Pradyumnaya
Dhaya
Dhaya
Namaha.
Namah Shankarshanaya Cha.
Namah
Namah
Sankarshanaya.
Sankarshanaya Cha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vishnu
Vasudevaya Dhimahi
Vasudevaya Dhimai
Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya
Pradyumna
Pradyumnaya
Rudraya.
Anuruddhaya
Namah Shankarshanaya Cha.
Namah
Namah Sankarshanaya Cha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Divyam
Vasudevaya Dhimahi
Vasudevaya Dhimai
Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya
Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya.
Namah Shankarshanaya Cha.
Namah
Namah
Sankarshanaya.
Sankarshanaya Namah.
Om, the
Om.
sign of chanting the
Sign of
transcendental glory of the Lord. Namaha, offering obeisances unto the Lord. Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead. Tubhyam, unto you. Vasudevaya, unto the Lord, the son of Vasudeva. Dhimahi, let us chant. Pradyumnaya, Aniruddhaya, and Shankarshanaya. All plenary inspections of Vasudeva. Namaha, respectful obeisances. Cha, and translation. Let us all chant the glories of Vasudeva along with the plenary expansions Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Shankarshana. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. According to Pancharatra, Narayana is the primeval cause of all expansions of Godhead. These are Vasudeva, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Vasudeva and Shankarshana are on the middle, left, and right. Pradyumna is on the right of Shankarshana, and Aniruddha is on the left of Vasudeva. And thus the four deities are situated. They are known as the four aides de camp of Lord Krishna. This is the Vedic hymn or mantra beginning with Omkara Pranava, and thus the mantra is established by transcendental chanting process, namely Om Namo Dhimahi, etc. The purport is that any transaction, either in the field of fruitive work or in empiric philosophy, which is not ultimately aimed at transcendental realization of the Supreme Lord, is considered to be useless. Naradji has therefore explained the nature of unalloyed devotional service by his personal experience in the development of intimacy between the Lord and the living entity by a gradual process of progressive devotional activities. Such a progressive march of transcendental devotion for the Lord culminates in the attainment of loving service of the Lord, which is called prema, in different transcendental variegatedness called rasas, tastes. Such devotional service is also executed in mixed forms, namely mixed with fruitive work or empiric philosophical speculations. Now, the question which was raised by great rishis, headed by Shaunaka, regarding the confidential part of Suta's achievement through the spiritual master is explained herein by chanting of this hymn consisting of 33 letters. And this mantra is addressed to the four deities of the Lord with his plenary expansions. The central figure is Lord Krishna because the plenary portions are his aides de camp. The most confidential part of instruction is that one should always chant and remember the glories of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with his different plenary portions, expanded as Vasudeva, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. These expansions are the original deities for all other truths, namely either Vishnu Tattva or Shakti Tattva. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just going to read a small part from the Sarartha Darshini here on the commentary. It has been explained that both jnana, so there's a very wonderful tippani which His Holiness Bhanu Swami Maharaj has translated. It is called Sarartha Darshini by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. I would recommend every one of you to own it. It gives a very beautiful further explanations from the Shastras as Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura says. It has been explained that both jnana and karma without bhakti are condemned completely. That is in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.12, a few verses behind. It has also been said in 3 verses, 17, 18, and 19, that pure bhakti is beyond the gunas, is the simple supreme process. So, in 12, the verse is very beautiful, and we all know this particular verse, these 2 shlokas, where Narada is talking about material literatures. Materialistic literatures, he says, are like the resting place for the cows, for the crows. He says, Nayad vachas chitra padam harer yasho, jagat pavitram pragranita karhichit, tadvayasam tirtam ushanti manasa, nayatra hamsa niramanti ushikshayaha. That is where the swans do not come where the crows drink. Okay, so similarly, these materialistic literature are of not any interest to any of us. So he emphasizes on spiritual literature. And again, going on in the next verse, which is verse number 11, he says, Tadbhag visargo janatag viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abadhavatyapi namanyanantasya yesho ankitani yat shunvanti ghayanti grananti sadavaha. It's a very, very important verse. And, even if imperfectly composed, Srila Prabhupada uses it at the beginning of every Bhagavatam, if you will see. So this is a very, very important verse. It says, even if literatures are condemned if devoid of bhakti as well as the realizations they evoke, transcendental literatures that fully glorify the Lord are a different creation and can create revolution and impious lives of misdirected civilization. Even though imperfectly composed, even if they are, it's not that they are imperfectly composed, even if they are imperfectly composed, they are heard, sung and accepted by saintly persons. So ये श्लोक बहुत मुख्य है. तद्वाग विसर्गो जनताग विप्लवो यस्मन प्रति श्लोकम अबद्धवत्यपि. हर एक श्लोक में कुछ टिक नहीं है तो भी संत महात्मा ये जो शास्त्र के ही शब्द सुनते हैं, और अशास्त्र जो बहुत लोग पढ़ते हैं, नॉवल, सिनेमा, इधर उधर जो घूमते हैं, इसमें हमारा कुछ लाभ होने वाला नहीं है. ये हमको भक्ति के मार्ग से दूर ही लेके जाएगा. परंतु श्रीमद् भागवतम, भगवद गीता और वैष्णव संघ में जब हम सुनते हैं, ये सर्वश्रेष्ठ है, भगवान की ओर हमें जरूर लेके जाएगा. और उसके पूरे अल्टीमेट लेवल है प्रेम, भगवत प्रेम. और फिर सारार्थ दर्शनी में ये अलग इसका और भी श्लोक कहा गया है. इसमें दूसरा एक बहुत प्रसिद्ध श्लोक है, 17th श्लोक. उसमें बोलते हैं, त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मम शरणाम्बुजम हरेर भजन्न पक्वो अथ पथेत यतो यदि यत्र क्वा वा भद्रम नभूत अमुष्य किम को वार्ता तो अभजथाम स्वधर्मतः. हम भक्ति मार्ग में लग जाते हैं, परंतु भगवान के पद्धति, भगवान के धाम पहुंच भी नहीं सकते हैं. कभी कभी हमारे धर्म को भी छोड़कर, हमारे जो कुछ भी कर्म है, धर्म है, वो कभी छोड़ते हुए भगवान के नाम भक्ति में लगे रहते हैं. और इसमें हम उतना परिपक्व के पोजीशन नहीं अटेंड करते हैं. मैं बोलते हैं स्वधर्म चुना मुझे भजन अपक्वो, पूरा पक्का नहीं हुए हैं. और कभी कभी गिरने का डर होता है हमें. गिर भी जाएं तो इसमें कुछ हमें डरने का कुछ नहीं है, क्योंकि जो कोई भी, जितने भी हम भगवान के सेवा में कुछ लगे रखें, ये हमें जरूर भगवान ये साधना को हम मानते हैं और भगवान हमें जरूर आशीर्वाद देते हैं. देयर इज नो डेंजर, इसमें कुछ डेंजर नहीं है. इसलिए भक्ति मार्ग में हम सबको लेना है. मैं चैंट नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, ये नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, ऐसे बोलते हुए बीच में कभी कभी लोग छोड़ देते हैं. इसमें कुछ डरने का नहीं. आपके हिम्मत में, आपके कैपेसिटी में जितने हो सके आप करते रहिएगा. सत्संगत में रहें तो जरूर एक दूसरे के हाथ पकड़ते हुए हम सब साथ में भगवान की ओर जा सकते हैं. So the 17th verse is very important. 18th is also very important, जहाँ नारद मुनि बोल रहे हैं, तस्यैव हेतो प्रणते प्रयतेत कोविदो न लभ्यते यद भ्रमतम उपर्यदः तल्लभ्यते दुःखवद अन्यत सुखम कालेन सर्वत्र गभीर रमहसा। सो ये श्लोक में बोलते हैं बेटर एंडेवर फॉर द रेयरेस्ट। जो सब लोग करते हैं उसके पीछे पीछे हम भाग के दौड़ के वही करें, वो देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन दैट। वी शुड बी यूनिक, वी हैव टू हैव अ यूनिक सेलिंग पोजीशन, यूएसपी जो बोलते हैं। क्या कर सकते हैं हम? तो जरूर वी हैव टू बी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द कॉमन मासेस। एंड हाउ टू बी डिफरेंट? We can be different, do not worry, be different. So get to the translation, Prabhu. So we can be different. How? Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined, जो बुद्धिशाली हैं, हमें प्रयत्न करना है कि जो कुछ भी हम कार्य कर रहे हैं, साधना कर रहे हैं भगवान के ओर, ब्रह्मलोका, जो ब्रह्मलोका से है लेते हुए पाताल लोक तक जो हम पा नहीं सकते हैं, उसको पाने का प्रयत्न करना है हमें। और वो प्रयत्न है भक्ति मार्ग में लगे हुए कृष्ण भावनामृत में रहने का। ये जो बोलते हैं कि जो कुछ भी सुख हमको मिलता है भौतिक संसार में, दूसरों जो लोग सब करते हैं उसके अनुसार पालन करते हुए, ये सुख भी हमको ये भक्ति मार्ग में जरूर मिल जाती है। जो लोग इधर उधर भटकते हुए क्लब में इधर उधर जाके ये दिवाली के समय में वो आरती नहीं करते हैं, वो पार्टी करते हैं। सब लोग का क्या है, दिवाली का पार्टी ही होता है, दीवाने का पीने का पार्टी, कंपनी का पार्टी। परंतु दिवाली के समय में क्यों दिवाली मनाया जाता है, रामायण से क्या होता है, श्रीमद् भागवतम से बताया जाता है क्यों मनाया जाता है ना, ये सब का जानकारी लोग प्राप्त नहीं करते हैं, क्योंकि ये सोचते हैं ये तो शास्त्र क्या है, बोरिंग है। परंतु श्रील प्रभुपाद हम सबको सिखाए हैं कि ये भक्ति भावना, ये कृष्ण भावनामृत में जब हम रहते हैं, इससे जो हमें सुख मिलती है, ये सुख असीम सुख है। ये सुख जब हम भक्त के संगत में रहते हैं, नाचते हैं गाते हैं, हम भी तो नाचते हैं गाते हैं जैसे दूसरे लोग करते हैं, परंतु ये जो सुख भक्त संगत में मिलता है ये सही सुख है। और दूसरे जो सुख जो मिलती है वो उसी क्षय के संबंध में कहा जाता है, जो जैसे क्रोज कौवे के जो सुख के समान है, परंतु हम सब हंस के सुख के पीछे दौड़ना है। और ये जैसे सुखाय दुख मोक्ष, जस्ट एज इन कोर्स ऑफ टाइम यू ऑब्टेन मिजरीज इवन दो वी डू नॉट डिजायर देम। सो इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टीचिंग। हम मांगते नहीं है कभी, दुख को मांगते नहीं है, परंतु हमारे जीवन में दुख आती है। ऐसे ही मांगे बिना हम भक्ति मार्ग में लगे रहें तो हमें जरूर सुख मिलेगा। ये परम सुख होगा, ये भगवान के प्रेम भक्ति के सुख होगा। और दूसरे जो श्लोक 19th वर्ष में बोलते हैं, नवै जनो जातु कथांचना व्रजेन मुकुंद सेव्य अन्वयत अंग संस्कृतम स्मरन मुकुंदांगरी उपगूहनम पुनः विहातुमिच्छेन न रस ग्रहो जनाहा। और बोलते हैं कि जो भक्ति के जो मार्ग में जो कोई भी हैं, ये जो हमें फल मिलता है, भक्ति के फल मिलता है, वो परमानेंट है, निरंतर है। इसीलिए बोल रहे हैं कि ये भक्ति मार्ग में हमें जरूर लगना है। नहीं तो दूसरे जो कुछ भी है फल जो मिलता है, ये सब फल बहुत क्षणिक होती है। परंतु भक्ति मार्ग में जो हम फल प्राप्त कर सकेंगे, ये फल निरंतर होती है, ये हमारे ये जीवन में लेके जाता है। कभी कभी हम यही जीवन में, यही जो लाइफ में हम भगवान के धाम नहीं पहुंच पाते हैं, तो भी इसका लाभ हमें दूसरे जन्मों में मिल सकता है। So this is very very important. Even though the devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes falls down somehow or the other, कभी कभी प्रयत्न करते हैं भक्ति मार्ग में, कभी कुछ लोग नीचे, जैसे श्रील प्रभुपाद जी बोलते थे ब्लुप्ट, कभी ब्लुप हो जाते हैं। पानी के अंदर एक बूंद गिर जाती है, नहीं तो एक आप एक कंकड़, एक पत्थर को छोड़ते हैं तो एक साउंड आती है ब्लुप, और फिर गायब हो जाती है। कभी कभी सत्संग में कुछ लोग आते हैं, कुछ कभी कभी कुछ ऐसा भी हो जाता है कि कुछ लोग दीक्षा भी ले लेते हैं, पर कभी किसी कारण वो आने के लिए बंद हो जाता है, किसी ना किसी कारण ढूंढ लेते हैं और ब्लुप हो जाते हैं। परंतु इसमें भी कुछ नष्ट नहीं है। भगवान बोल रहे हैं जितने भी आप प्रयत्न किए हैं वो प्रयत्न का फल आपको जरूर मिलेगा, और ये जन्म में नहीं तो अगले जन्म में जरूर भगवान आपके गुरु आपको खींचते हुए वापस कृष्ण की ओर जरूर लेके आएंगे। और भगवत प्रेम का जो ये फल, जो सुख हमें मिलेगा, ये ऐसे कृष्ण भावनामृत में रहने से ही मिलता है। और फिर नारद मुनि ये समरी में विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर बोलते हैं कि प्योर भक्ति बियॉन्ड द गुणास इज द सुप्रीम प्रोसेस। सभी गुणों से ऊपर होते हुए भक्ति मार्ग में जो हम लगते हैं। सो व्हाट इज दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्स? इसे निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन, भगवान बोलते हैं निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन। सो सभी गुणों से भी ऊपर चढ़ते हुए वैष्णव जो बनते हैं, जो कृष्ण भावनामृत में रहते हैं, सत्व रजस तमस से भी ऊंचे पद्धति में हैं। और फिर बोला जाता है कि ये पूरा जो प्रोसेस है, प्रगति है, पहले भक्ति से और फिर लेते हुए प्रेम से, आधव श्रद्धा से लेते हुए प्रेम तक जो ये पद्धति है 6 श्लोक में कहे हैं, 23 to 28। और फिर क्वालिफिकेशन के अनुसार ये बोल रहे हैं कि भक्ति मिश्र ज्ञान हो सकती है। और फिर इसके अनुसार ये 23 to 28 में नारद मुनि उनके पूर्व जन्म के बारे में हमको बताते हैं कि वो क्या क्या किए हैं। और फिर उसके बाद वो बोल रहे हैं कि कैसे जो संत महात्मा जो उधर थे वो सब उनको ज्ञान प्रदान किए। और फिर ये जो 32 to 36 में द प्रोसेस ऑफ कर्म योगा के बारे में बातचीत हो रही है, और इधर बात हो रही है भक्ति मिश्र ज्ञान और कर्म मिश्र ज्ञान के बारे में बात हो रही है। परंतु नारद मुनि हम सबको सिखाने के लिए ये श्लोक बोल रहे हैं। ये जो श्लोक आज के मेन श्लोक है, इसमें हमको सिखाने के लिए बोल रहे हैं कि ये जो मंत्र उनके गुरु से मिला था, ये मंत्र कौन है, और ये मंत्र पढ़ने से कैसे हम पे दूसरे मंत्रों पर श्रद्धा कैसे पैदा हो सकती है, इसके बारे में वर्णन होती है। दिस इज अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टेटमेंट ब्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यम अपि उत। आज के जो श्लोक में और इसके अलावा जो श्लोक में बताया जाता है 118 में, ये श्लोक में बताते हैं द गुरु शुड स्पीक द सीक्रेट्स टू द डिसाइपल। ये जो मंत्र 33 सिलेबल्स का जो होती है, और इसमें देवता, ये मंत्र का देवता है भगवान, वो कंसिस्ट ऑफ 4 फॉर्म्स। और फिर इसका बोलते हैं कि जनरली चतुर्व्यूह में कृष्ण, बलराम, कृष्ण के बेटा और कृष्ण के पोता, ये सब रहते हैं, with a son Pradyumna and his grandson Aniruddha placed next to Vasudeva. Or this order of persons mentioned in the mantra can be taken as a statement of creation. ये जो मंत्र कैसे creation होती है, Pradyumna is for creation, Aniruddha is for maintenance, and Shankarshana is for destruction. So let us meditate upon offering respects. नमो धीमहि, ये जो धीमहि का जो भी मंत्र होती है, धीमहि बोलते हुए ये सब गायत्री के समान है। धीमहि के मंत्र सब बहुत प्रसिद्ध मंत्र हैं, और यहाँ ओम भी शुरुआत होती है, धीमहि भी आ जाती है, और सभी जो ये चतुर्व्यूह के जो वासुदेव, प्रद्युम्न, अनिरुद्ध और शंकरशना के नाम भी आती है। ऐसे मंत्र मूर्ति बोलते हैं इसको। मंत्र के द्वारा मूर्ति को हम समझ लेते हैं, मंत्र के द्वारा मूर्ति के पहचान होती है। मंत्र उच्चारण करते से ही मूर्ति हमारे सामने प्रकट हो जाते हैं। यही है ऐसे जो श्लोक के बारे में वर्णन। और ये जो पूरे जो पाठ था, इसमें नारद मुनि बोल रहे हैं व्यासदेव को कि कैसे आप ये सब शास्त्र लिखे हैं, सभी जो शास्त्र लिखे हैं, सभी वेदा को लिखे हैं, परंतु आप भगवान के बारे में, जैसे भागवत पुराण में हर भगवान के बारे में, भगवान के गुणों के बारे में, भगवान के लीलाओं के बारे में जो वर्णन होती है, ऐसे पूरा भगवान के ही बारे में आप पूरे लिखे नहीं है। इसीलिए यू डोंट हैव द जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन। अभी प्रसंग क्या है कि व्यासदेव इतने लिखने के बाद भी वो थोड़ा सा डाउट में पड़ जाते हैं। ही बिकम्स अ लिटिल स्लाइटली डिप्रेस्ड टू से इट लुक्स लाइक आई हैवंट अचीव्ड एनीथिंग। परंतु उसी समय में जब वो ये भावना में कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वाम धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यश्रेय स्यान् निश्चितम ब्रूहितम में शिष्यस्तेहम शादिमाम त्वाम प्रपन्नम। अर्जुन भगवान श्री कृष्ण को ऐसे जो पुकारते हैं पहले, इसके बाद कृष्ण आते हैं और उनको पूरे भगवत गीता देते हैं। इसे ऐसे ही व्यासदेव ये सब वेद लिखने के बाद भी उनके मन में ऐसे लग रहा था कि अपूर्ण पूर्ण नहीं हो रहा था। So he felt, as we say, he didn't have enough job satisfaction of having done something very special. और उस समय में जब बैठे थे तब उनके गुरु बुलाए बिना आ जाते हैं नारद मुनि, और नारद मुनि आते हैं और नारद मुनि व्यासदेव को देखते ही नारद मुनि बोलते हैं, हे व्यास क्यों ऐसे बैठे हो? अब तो इतने अच्छे ग्रंथ सब लिखे हैं, परंतु आपका दशा अभी क्यों ऐसी है? व्यासदेव बोल रहे हैं कि नारद मुनि मेरे गुरुजी, आपको जो जरूर मालूम है कि मेरे अंदर क्या हो रहा है और क्या भावना, क्या चिंता हो रही है, क्या कठिनाई हो रही है। फिर व्यासदेव नारद जी व्यासदेव को पूरे उनके व्यासदेव को शिष्य मानते हुए नारद जी पूरे व्यासदेव को उपदेश दे रहे हैं, और यही उपदेश से ये बोल रहे हैं कि जो कुछ भी जो शास्त्र लिखे हो उसमें कृष्ण, इसका एक ही एग्जाम्पल है। शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर बोलते थे कि जो कोई भी कुछ आर्टिकल, सबको आर्टिकल लिखने के लिए he used to be encouraging everybody to write articles about Krishna, and all of us should do that sometime or the other. But then he used to say, how can you publish it in the Harmonist, in the magazine? Publish कैसे कर सकते हैं? वो बोलते हैं कि पहले वो आर्टिकल को ले लो और उसमें पढ़ो कृष्ण के नाम कितने हैं, वो कृष्ण के नाम कितने लिखे हैं। You understand? He used to verbally say that. So कृष्ण का नाम कितने बार लिखे हैं, उसके अनुसार आप पता कर सकते हो इसको छापना है या नहीं छापना है। हम जो कुछ भी करते हैं, हम जो कुछ भी बात करते हैं, जिधर भी हैं, like Srila Prabhupada used to say, get in like a needle and come out like a plow. Without even others knowing, we have to get in. जैसे अभी Expo 2020 में we were doing a full show on Ramayana. हमारा परमिशन था राम, और they wanted us to definitely bring in drums and showcase how Ram is returning after the war victoriously back to Ayodhya, because that is all they know about Ramayana, that is all they know about Diwali. But when we got that particular slot, we took that particular slot, and then we slowly added a little bit of Srila Prabhupada, added a little bit of at least some Hare Krishna Mahamantra at the end. And we said at the end, when Rama Pattabhishek was happening, we brought a darbar scene and we got everybody to chant for 10 minutes, Ram, 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 the songs. I will share with you all the YouTube link that you can see. It was in a public arena in Dubai that we never ever imagined. ऐसे हमें बहुत साल से, 30 साल से ज़्यादा हम इधर प्रचार करते आ रहे हैं, पर ऐसे पब्लिक एवेन्यू में जो गवर्नमेंट के, जो the government paid for the entire stage, paid for everything, we just go do the programs. और ये ऐसे एवेन्यू में ऐसे प्रोग्राम करने का हम कभी सोच भी नहीं सकते थे, पर ये दिस वाज हिस्टोरिक फॉर अस। 3 तारीख का जो प्रोग्राम, we are looking for many more programs at Expo, and somehow in our conversations, कभी कभी ऑफिस में किसी से बात होती है, हमारे कॉन्वर्सेशंस में जैसे श्रील प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं, गेट इन लाइक अ नीडल एंड कम आउट लाइक अ प्लाव। उनको जानना भी नहीं चाहिए कि हम उनसे कभी कुछ लोग को प्रचार कर रहे हैं। कुछ लोग को डायरेक्ट प्रचार करने के लिए शुरू कर दें, वो कृष्ण से दूर हो जाते हैं। कुछ लोग वी हैव टू असेस, जैसे पहले जाते हैं डॉक्टर के पास, डॉक्टर पहले हमारे टेस्ट करते हैं और देख लेते हैं क्या क्या करते हैं। हमारे एलोपैथिक डॉक्टर्स पूरा ब्लड टेस्ट के लिए रिजल्ट निकाल देते हैं, हमारे आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर हाथ ऐसे पकड़ लेते हैं और 2 मिनट के साइलेंस के बाद पता कर लेते हैं कि इनका शरीर का क्या है, कफ वात पित्त क्या है उनका, और उससे पता कर लेते हैं कि उनका क्या कठिनाई है। ऐसे हम किसी भी भक्त को देखते हैं, पात्र अपात्र एक बार तो जरूर देखना है, परंतु चैतन्य महाप्रभु के जो ये आंदोलन है, पात्र देखे बिना दे सकते हैं, परंतु शास्त्र कहती है यह इदम परमं गुह्यम मद भक्तेषु विदास्यति भक्तिमयी पराम कृत्वा मामे वैश्यत्या संशयः। ये जो भगवत गीता हम सबको बांटने का है उद्देश्य भगवान दिए हैं कि यह इदम परमं गुह्यम, ये भगवत गीता के गुह्य बात मद भक्तेषु विदास्यति, किसको बांटना है? मद भक्तेषु विदास्यति भक्तिमयी पराम कृत्वा, उनको मैं क्या देता हूं? परम भक्ति देता हूं, भक्तिमयी पराम कृत्वा मामे वैश्यत्या संशय है, और मेरे ही और वो जरूर आएंगे, इसमें कुछ शंका नहीं है, असंशय। परंतु ये श्लोक में कहा गया है कि भक्त के संगत में बांटना है, परंतु हम कैसे दूसरों के संगत में बांट सकते हैं? श्रील प्रभुपाद जी हमको सिखाए हैं कैसे हम सभ्यों को बांट सकते हैं। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के जो हरिनाम संकीर्तन जो होती है रोड में जाते हुए, या प्रसाद के बांटने हुए, या पुस्तक बांटते हुए, हम अपने अपने we have to use our own innovative skills. Srila Prabhupada did so many variations in what he did and how he reached out. We have to find our own ways of how we can help and follow what Srila Prabhupada says, and according to time, place, circumstance, देश काल पात्र के अनुसार कैसे ये शास्त्र कैसे दूसरों को बांटें, इसको हम we have to constantly keep thinking as leaders to try and see how we do it. That's the importance. So Narad Muni बोल रहे हैं कि you have written about all these shastras, but you have not written those that are just talking about Krishna, and that is the setting of the scene. इसी के बाद व्यासदेव श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण को पूरे लिख रहे हैं। आदौ, ये भागवत पुराण का एक श्लोक ही है। आदौ देवकी देवगर्भ जननम गोपी गृहे वर्धनम माया पूतन जीव अपहरणम गोवर्धनोद्धारणम कंस छेदन कौरवादि हननम कुंती सुता पालनम एतद् भागवत पुराण कथितम श्री कृष्ण लीलामृतम। दिस इज जस्ट अ वन श्लोकी श्रीमद् भागवतम। भागवतम के चतुश्लोकी तो है हम सबको। अहम हरे तव पादेक मूलो दास, नो, व्हाट इज दैट? We'll get to that. Just quickly forgot it, though I chant it every day. So at least we should learn the Chatushloki Srimad Bhagavatam, understand the purports, and every day you can read Bhagavatam. In just 4 shlokas, you read it once. As a practice, you can get on. Similarly, you can do the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. We can teach people how to chant shlokas. We enthuse people by coming to the programs. We enthuse them by kirtans, enthuse them by prasad, Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON bullet, as we say. You know, how he made gulab jamuns and he attracted everybody. The hippies in the olden days used to come not only to hear Srila Prabhupada, they used to come to eat gulab jamun. गुलाब जामुन खाने के लिए आते थे, क्योंकि उनके जो पैसा था इधर उधर पैसा को खर्चा कर दिए थे, परंतु उनके they didn't have enough to eat. So therefore they used to come searching to eat something, and they liked the gulab jamuns that Swamiji used to make. So they used to come for gulab jamun. So people like to eat, people like prasadam. So prasad बांटना है, पुस्तक बांटना है। अभी भद्र पूर्णिमा अभी पूर्ण हुआ है, so we just possibly collected donations from everybody to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets. We have also collected many, so we have to reach out this Bhagavatam sets. These sort of programs that we do, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, that we do every day, taking Srimad Bhagavatam into the house of every individual, making it attractive. We can't expect everybody to attend the entire sessions and Mangalarti sometimes, but if they can just spend that half an hour, 1 hour in hearing Nityam Bhagavata Sevya, every day something slowly and steadily. And finally, we set an example for others by our own following spiritual practices properly. That will enthuse others. These are just some of these aspects that I wanted to cover. Narad Muni is definitely telling Vyasadeva, give about unalloyed devotion. Talk about Krishna. And that is when the birth of Srimad Bhagavatam happens. So Vyasa then gets to write Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he writes Srimad Bhagavatam. And of course, Srimad Bhagavatam is full. Narad Muni तो श्रीमद् भागवतम के हर एक अध्याय में आते हैं, हर एक स्कंद में आते हैं, अलग अलग जगह में अलग अलग लोग को प्रेरित करते हुए, कंस को प्रेरित करते हुए कृष्ण को मारने के लिए प्रयत्न और जोर से करो, ऐसे बोलते हैं हर एक अलग अलग बात में। और जब भी कृष्ण उनके वृंदावन लीला समाप्त हो जाती है, कृष्ण को बोलते हैं और कंस को थोड़ा सा he kindles concert to send Akrura. He says, Akrura, go and bring Krishna back to Mathura. You're all fortunate. You're all, I think, right in between Delhi and Vrindavan. So you are all actually also Vrajavasis. Guru ke gram hai aapka. Or you are so close to Vrindavan, a stone's throw, I think maybe 1-2 hours away from Vrindavan. You are all fortunate souls. We are sitting here. However, to not, uh, Srila Prabhupada has taught us that wherever you are, as long as you are connected to Krishna, that is the ultimate. So that's the most important. Being connected to Krishna, being connected to serving Krishna. So Narad Muni's instruction is whatever seva you do, convert your karma yoga into bhakti yoga. So it is not only that you're doing bhakti yoga when you're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when you're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, when you are in the temple, you are doing bhakti yoga. Even in your day-to-day normal activities of life, as a grahastha or as a professional, whatever you do. But if the channel of Krishna is constantly going on, if your thought is in how to spread Krishna consciousness, if your thought is in how to glorify Krishna and reach out to others, it is very, very important. That is why this shloka comes. Ya idam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshu vidasyati bhaktim mai param krutva mame vaishitya samshayah. Dalalair Gita, we have heard that particular song also, if you have heard. We are all just sometimes called indenting agents. You would have heard of indenting agents. What do? They don't manufacture. कोई और मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं और जो the यूज करने वाले कोई और है. The customers are somebody else. The middleman as traders or wholesalers are somebody else. ये जो दलाल होते हैं, ये क्या है, उनके पास माल भी नहीं होता है और वो बेचते भी नहीं है फ्रंट लाइन में, परंतु ये दोनों को एक कनेक्शन दे देते हैं और उसके बीच में जब कनेक्शन देते थे उनका 0.5% या 1% या कभी कभी 5% का कमीशन मिल जाती है. नहीं, there are so many people who are very intelligently doing that. बड़ा सा फैक्ट्री खोलो, इन्वेस्टमेंट करो, इतना लेबर को संभालो और फिर वो उसको किधर बेचना है, प्राइस ऊपर नीचे जाता है, कोरोना के समय में प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. ये सब झंझट नहीं है. पहला मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने का जरूरत नहीं है. दूसरा बात है होलसेल के लिए, ठीक है, होलसेल या रिटेल के लिए एक दुकान करो और ये बड़ा सा एक बहुत सेल्समैन को एम्प्लॉय करो, खरीदो, स्टॉक रखो, बेचो. ये सब मामला नहीं है. दलाल का एक ही बात है, क्या है, मैन्युफैक्चरर से बात कर लो और होलसेलर को कनेक्ट कर दो और बीच में उनका पेमेंट हो जाता है, मेरा पेमेंट खुद मेरे पॉकेट में आ जाता है. 1%, 0.5%. हम सबको दलाल बनना है, हम सबको ही बनना है. ये शास्त्र के भंडार श्रील प्रभुपाद दिए हैं. ये पूरे शास्त्र है. श्रीमद् भागवतम है. जो पिछले जमाने में श्रीमद् भागवतम और भगवत गीता इतने आसानी से लोग को नहीं मिलती थी. चैतन्य महाप्रभु के भी समय में देखते हैं कि सबको ऐसे भागवतम लेके पूरा वापस लिखना पड़ता है. और they didn't have the shastra. We have the modern technology. We have all the granthas available in large quantity that you can distribute hundreds and thousands of Srimad Bhagavatam sets just by your effort. So पूरा ग्रंथ तो है. Srila Prabhupada ji has given us his entire life in these granthas and he said हम सबको तो जरूर पढ़ना है ये ग्रंथ. The only problem that we have is we don't study these granthas. So पहले ग्रंथ सब पूरा है. होलसेल में देने के लिए मंदिर तो है, सेक्टर 45. All the other temples are ready to give wholesale. हमको क्या करना है, बीच में आना है, लोगों को बुलाना है. अरे भैया आ जाओ, श्रीमद् भागवतम है या गोवर्धन पूजा होने वाली है, दिवाली महोत्सव है, चलो नहीं तो घर में ही बुला लो, आपके ही घर में बुला लो. जैसे हम सब दामोदर आरती करते हैं, हमारे को दामोदर देश बोलते हैं हम दुबई को. ऐसे दुबई में क्या है, दुबई में प्रसिद्ध दामोदर देश का नाम पहले से ही आ चुका है 30 साल से, परंतु 10-15 साल से हम क्या कर रहे हैं, दामोदर आरती कर रहे हैं. ये दामोदर आरती कितने घर में जाके करते हैं, प्री कोविड 5000 घर में जाके करते हैं. कितनी टीम होती है हमारे, 200 टीम होती है हमारे. और पहले एक बार हम सब छुट्टी में गए थे, हम सब कभी कभी हॉलीडे में भी जाते हैं, सब लोग साथ में मिलते हुए इधर. एक बार इंटरनेशनल, एक बार वृंदावन, एक बार मायापुर ऐसे. और एक बार जब हम मलेशिया गए थे, मलेशिया में हिज होनर जयप्रताप स्वामी महाराज के जो प्रेरणा से दामोदर फेस्टिवल शुरुआत किए थे और उसको बुलाया जाता था दामोदर इंटरनेशनल फेस्टिवल। और उस साल में जब हम मलेशिया गए थे, मलेशिया के वक्त हमको सिखाए थे कि कैसे ये दामोदर फेस्टिवल करना है। Then we brought it into Dubai. Immediately when we returned back, it was Damodar within a month. And we modified it. And year by year, we started making. First year, we said we will reach 500 homes, 800 homes. Then we went 2,000 homes. Then we said 5,000 homes. We said that's enough. Don't go more than that. Because we had 200 teams. We planned the whole event. क्या क्या लेके जाना है दूसरों को बांटने के लिए, क्या बुक्स, क्या शास्त्र, क्या पिक्चर्स, तुलसी, कभी कभी तुलसी महारानी इतना we make so many tulsi pots, go to everybody's house. अपने उनके उनके घर में जब जाते हैं, लोग को बोलते हैं दिवाली के पार्टी बनाना है, आप बस चलो पार्टी बोलो और आरती करवा लो सबका। हाँ, so it's an interesting way by which you can do it, and it is enthusiasm of ourselves. We have to first be enthused in life. Srila Prabhupada used to say, unless you have life, you can't preach. You need to have that life and उत्साह। ऐसे शांति करना है, संडे हो गया, आज एकादशी हो गया, ऐसे कभी ऐसे भावना है। we we can't do anything in life. If an employee in the office just अरे यार आज चलो मंडे हो गया है, वापस ऑफिस जाना है, तो वो ये आदमी लायक नहीं है कुछ काम के लिए। परंतु जो पूरे जो वीकेंड में भी जो आदमी सोचता है कि ठीक है अभी ऑफिस में जाना है, काम करना है, ओ मंदिर जाना है। जब even when I was a student, I'm talking of almost 85, when I was doing my CA, and it was a study holiday. I was studying for 3 months fully. That's how normally we get a study holiday for a month and a half or two. But even at that time, my mind was pulling me to go to the temple. We were very new in Krishna consciousness, but our mind was being pulled to the temple. कभी कभी मेरे पिताजी बोल देते थे, अरे भैया तुम्हारा सीए का एग्जाम है, ये सीए में आ गए हो, पता नहीं है बाहर आओगे नहीं सीए खत्म करते हुए, तो एग्जाम भी है, थोड़ा पढ़ने का है। तो पापा ये दूसरा बार 6 महीने में वापस मैं एग्जाम लिख सकता हूँ, मुझे तो जाना है मंदिर में, ये भक्त आए हैं, ये सन्यासी आए हैं, देखना है, सुनना है, गाना है। हाँ, ये सो एटलीस्ट वीकली वंस we have to recharge ourselves by visiting the temple, doing service. And every day, I remember, some time ago in Delhi, His Honor Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was hospitalized at the ILBS. And at that time, he said, every day I have to preach to some one person. किसी से कुछ शब्द कृष्ण के बारे में बोलना है। इसीलिए उधर भी एक दिन में भक्तों को बुलाए, मैं आज अभी तक किसी से मैं कृष्ण के बारे में बात नहीं किया। इधर कुछ नर्स या कुछ डॉक्टर से कुछ बात कर लूं, नहीं तो फेसबुक में मुझे अभी लाइव करवा दो, मुझे 1-2 शब्द तो जरूर बोलना है। ऐसे हम में ऐसे प्रेरणा होना है कि हमको हर दिन यारे देखा तारे कहा कृष्ण उपदेश, हमारा आज्ञा गुरु हाना तारा ये देश। ये हमारा कर्तव्य होती है। जैसे हम खाते हैं, जैसे हम पीते हैं, हर दिन का कुछ कोटा होती है, इसी समान हमको हर दिन कुछ किसी को इधर किसी बुक बांटे, किसी को बुलाएं और एक श्लोक सिखा लें, और किसी को कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र के बारे में बोल दें, या किसी को वृंदावन या मथुरा के मायापुर के बारे में बोल दें, नहीं तो किसी को दामोदर लीला बता दें। ऐसे हमारा कर्तव्य होती है कि हर दिन हम ऐसे प्रचार करने में लगें। ऐसे हम सब में जब प्रेरणा हो जाती है, हम सब साथ में अपने 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 हमारे सब हाथ पकड़ते हुए एक दूसरे को प्रेरित करते हुए हम जरूर भगवान के पास श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के आशीर्वाद से, हमारे गुरुदेव गुरु महाराजों के आशीर्वाद से हम जरूर कृष्ण भावनामृत पहुंच सकते हैं। ये जन्म में नहीं है तो भी उसमें कुछ डरने का बात नहीं है। कृष्ण भावनामृत में लग गए हैं, अभी भगवान अच्युत जो बोलते हैं, हमें कभी उनके जो होल्ड से कभी हम छूटेंगे नहीं। So he will help us out and he will definitely pull us and take us back into Krishna consciousness. Narada was the great guru. He taught us how to preach. Vyasa was the greatest. He wrote all these shastras, compiled them in such beautiful ways. And all the acharyas have taken through Srimad Bhagavatam, which is real Vedanta, and given it to all of us. And just imagine how the acharyas wrote all these granthas. But in the recent past, I don't know anybody in the association here today have had the opportunity to meet Srila Prabhupada. I haven't had the opportunity to meet Srila Prabhupada. I just missed it, in a very fraction. We were there at a program in Chennai, but because we were too young and my sister cried, my father and mother took us back home. So we missed the darshan of Srila Prabhupada. But the greatness is Srila Prabhupada lives in his books. Srila Prabhupada is preaching through his wonderful devotees, through the wonderful sannyasis and ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada lives in his books. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we are constantly in touch with Srila Prabhupada. And the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and the wonderful way that Srila Prabhupada's disciples have taken that through and given us and continued to keep. And the movement has expanded in all these so many years, even after the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada, is amazing. We are here in a glorious moment as ISKCON. It is a responsibility of all of us. It's a complete voluntary movement. All the other movements have some pocket money, something being given to people. Here is a moment that, in Dubai, in Damodar Desh, I have only one employee to whom I pay a small amount. He's the caretaker of ashram. There's no other staff, no other full-time brahmachari, no full-time grahastha. Everybody is part-time. But everybody is taught, in addition to whatever they do, is to think about how I can spread Krishna consciousness. So it is important that we follow the wonderful leaders. Achyuta Hari Prabhu as a temple president, please help him. He can't do things by himself. He's got big visions to try and make a grand temple here. There has to be a temple in every nook and corner. In Malaysia, it is said that, or in Dubai, if you see, even before any community comes about, first a mosque is built. And every rich man helps in building a mosque. And there has to be a mosque in every kilometer. There has to be a mandir every kilometer. There has to be a mandir everywhere. Let's start small. And I know Delhi and nearby is already blessed with maybe more than 20 centers, but we have to do the centers and nearby in our own community, whatever be the Shakti we have, own up, help, and help in the way of those who can help monetarily, great. Those who can help by seva, great. But as soon as we do the activity, then bhakti increases in us. It is not that I have helped it, and it is not for name, fame, that I have built Damodar Desh Yatra. No, we are doing it as servants of Srila Prabhupada. And who is benefiting by it? Yes, others may benefit, but I am a dalal, so I've got a lot of commission. By my own sadhana, if I don't go back to Krishna, definitely by the good wishes of all those whose lives we have touched by preaching, जरूर उनके आशीर्वाद से, आप सबके आशीर्वाद से हम जरूर कुछ ना कुछ डोर तक ही जा सकते हैं, परंतु हमारा effort hona hai. We have to be there, effort, and the effort has to be, as Srila Prabhupada writes very beautifully in the purport, we have to do something, but we have to do something according to how the Guru tells us to do. So it can't be just whimsical. Oh, take a main karunga ye, wo karunga. No. When an organization comes about, we need to work closely with the temple president, the temple authorities, and see how all our thoughts are together. So the only thing that I can say that happens here is sometimes I say do this and people take it on and do it so wonderfully. Even though we had a Friday program, a mega big Friday program yesterday for Govardhan Puja, many people were not present because they were doing their activities of going and reaching out Damodar Aartis in so many houses. So it is important that we do all these activities to the best of our capability. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam, to talk about Bhagavatam amidst all of you. I am available. You have any direct questions that you may want me to ask, or you may want to have any comments, Achyuta Hari Prabhu, any comments, please do. But I'm available for some question answers if you want. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Such a wonderful class. Yes, Prabhuji. I think Achyuta Prabhu kuch keh rahe hain.
I wanted to thank you, Prabhuji. Srila Prabhu, if you remember 4 years back when I came to Dubai and you gave me the opportunity, and I got that idea of taking the Damodar month Aarti to the houses. I learned it from Dubai, and in this year, so far, we have done 20, and there will be around 25 Aartis in these 30 days. We are very, very thankful. and it was a great learning, and it's a pleasure. It distribute the name along with pleasure as a festive thing. So we all are enjoying it. Along with the temple, we are distributing this aarti to the many houses, and wonderful motivation to the congregation what you have given. I'm really thankful, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Not for comparison, but I wanted to say that I want every one of you. कभी कभी हम ये भावना में हो जाते हैं कि ओ प्रभु, आई कांट स्पीक, आई कांट सिंग, आई कांट डू, बहुत सी ह्यूमिलिटी हो जाता है हम में कि हम ये नहीं कर पाएंगे, वो नहीं कर पाएंगे। परंतु मेरे पिताजी बोलते थे हम किसी से कम नहीं है। The fact is, every one of us are being empowered by Srila Prabhupada. So here, Achyuta Hari Prabhu is empowering you all. Go ahead, fix aartis. Now, how to fix aartis? Fix it in every, if you're having a children's class, fix it in every parent's house. If you're having your own relatives, fix it in that relative's house. Go do aarti in your house. In your office. Do it in your factory. There's a very big company called Liberty Steel. Okay, all around the world they have mines, very much on news. A day before yesterday, just we finished the Expo 2020, but the next day they said, "Can you come for Diwali Puja?" We just were so tired, but still we said, "Let's not miss the opportunity." We went, and we still did an aarti. And these people who generate a complete, congregation or people from all walks of life, so many Westerners who were sitting there, gave them the opportunity to do the aarti. So it is responsible, every one of us. In fact, we have one Mataji here who does 400 aartis in 30 days. How many aartis? 400 aartis. That doesn't mean just 400, one more person. They visit 400 houses every day, 10 houses. There's a team that works, there's a team that drives them. They carry all their materials, they go house to house to house, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, do the aarti, speak about Krishna a little. This is a time when people are ready to hear. एक बार आप आरती कर लिए उनके घर में, हर एक साल कार्तिक महीने में आपको वापस बुलाएंगे। और इसीलिए I want every one of you here, if you have 37 people as partisans, including me, so 36 of you, each of you set a target that in the remaining 5 days, you will do at least one aarti, each of you. And the next year, plan in such a way that each of you at least do 30 aartis, not in your own house, in others' houses. And if 30 of you do 30 aartis, each of you in different houses, you have how many?
900.
Yeah. And it's not only 30. As you enthuse more, you'll get more. And this is explosion. And once a year you do this, and then you take Purushottam month, you take some other month. Okay, but first is at least start Damodar. So every year you do Damodar, at least, you will only expect 15-20%. उनके घर में चले जाते हैं, पूजा करते हैं, बुलाते हैं उनको मंदिर में आने के लिए, बहुत लोग नहीं आएंगे। 10% लोग हो सकता है कि वापस आएंगे मंदिर को, बट आवर एफर्ट विल कंटिन्यू, परंतु वो हमें वापस बुलाएंगे। सो Srila Prabhupada was a one-man army. Srila Prabhupada could play the harmonium, could sing, he wrote the Shastras, he did such a wonderful thing. So it is important for all of us here to have a mini harmonium with us, to have kartals, or know how to play the mridanga, know how to sing the Damodarashtaka song. We have a training program at Achyuta Hari Prabhu. I have a training material which we can pass on. How do we organize it? How do we go? What do we speak? We have a full Mayapur Institute approved training material that is there. We have all the matter that is available. So I will connect you to Vrajalila Nath Prabhu, the person who coordinates my Damodar Aartis here. And all this matter can be locally printed at no cost. Give gifts for free and do it and reach out. It's enriching because mandir mein kabhi koi ek lecture dete hain, ya, occasionally you get a chance. But here everybody gets an opportunity to give a lecture. When they get an opportunity to give a lecture, they will immediately go and they have to study and then they have to plan. They can't just talk whatever they can. So पाठ भी हो जाता है, प्रचार का भी उनका experience हो जाती है, or they are able to reach everybody and they get the confidence that they can preach. And as they preach, more people get attracted. So this is very, very important aspect. This 1 month, I would request you all, thank you Achyuta Hari Prabhu, but I would request that your targets should be way higher. Next year, I would suggest your target should be a minimum 1,000 aartis.
Yeah, Hari bol.
Sorry,
Yes.
I am no authority to say that. I'm just trying to inspire you, nothing more.
No. No, I'm sure we are capable for that. A little motivation and little congregation support will certainly achieve, and we will come back to you on that. But sure, next year we'll be doing much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody has any question? Dayagarang Prabhu, he is the pillar for the whole program. Dayagarang Prabhu and his team. Deen Sudama Prabhu is missing today, and Ashwa Krishna is missing. They've gone to the Diwali festival hometown visit. And Vamshivat Prabhu and Amit Joshi, they are that dedicated team we have to conduct this program. Yeah.
Thank you all.
There is one question of Radha
Radha Chithari Prabhu has a question.
Yes, Prabhu.
राधा चित्तहरी प्रभु अनम्यूट कर लीजिए आप। राधा चित्तहरी प्रभु अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं आप।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी, दंडवत प्रणाम। आपने कंप्लीट इस चैप्टर का रिवीजन करा दिया आपने। 1.5 40 श्लोक है, 40 श्लोक का आपने रिवीजन करा दिया। यहाँ पर आया है वासुदेव संकर्षण प्रद्युम्न अनिरुद्ध। तो हम जानेंगे व्हाट इज हाउ वर्क प्लेटरनरी सिस्टम, जो प्लेटरनरी सिस्टम है कैसे वर्क करता है। ये फर्स्ट एक्सपेंशन है या सेकंड चतुर्व्यूह का सेकंड एक्सपेंशन है, थोड़ा ये क्लियर करते हैं। हरे कृष्ण।
Was it a question or a comment? I didn't understand exactly what he said.
There is a question, how work प्लेटरनरी सिस्टम, जो प्लेटरनरी सिस्टम में कैसे काम करता है। जो चतुर्भुज फर्स्ट, व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट चतुर्व्यूह एंड सेकंड चतुर्व्यूह।
I can't get into those much of details, so I'm sure we can have a separate session on it, and I'm not getting into that much of detail there. So I think you should possibly, if you have the answer, I think, or some part of the answers, please go about it.
राधा चित्तहरी प्रभु, प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि मतलब थोड़े बाद में इसको, क्योंकि ये अलग डिटेल हो जाएगा ना थोड़ा सा, तो इसको प्रभु जी बाद में ले लेंगे।
ओके, थैंक यू
प्रभु जी, थैंक यू राधा चित्तहरी प्रभु। प्रभु जी, we are very very grateful to you, for inspiring everybody here. And I think yes, the numbers have to be very very high. So we all will work together towards that target that you've given. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Just give me 1 second, and I just wanted to quickly take a minute to.
Prabhu just told us about दुबई की आप प्रीचिंग कैसे कर रहे हैं वहाँ पर। बेसिकली थोड़ा सा हमें उस पे थोड़ा सा ज्ञान डालिए कि वहाँ पर कैसे मुस्लिम देश है, व्हाटएवर यू आर डूइंग।
ये प्रश्न प्रभु जी मेरा भी था, मैं पूछने वाला था लेकिन फिर मैं चुप हो गया कि मतलब थोड़ा एक्चुअली रिकॉर्डिंग बंद कर दूं क्या, तब पूछना शायद सही रहेगा।
पहला बात है कि इधर तो हमें कुछ परमिशंस नहीं है प्रचार करने के लिए, रिकॉर्डिंग बंद करने का जरूरत नहीं है, डजंट मैटर। तो परमिशंस नहीं है प्रचार करने के लिए, ऑफिशियली इस्कॉन का करने के लिए, पर विदाउट ऑफिशियली ये जो भक्ति वृक्षा जो मॉड्यूल है और नामहट्टा जो मॉड्यूल है, जिसमें हम घर घर में जो प्रोग्राम करते हैं, हमारा मेन स्टे प्रोग्राम्स है बच्चों के क्लासेस का। वी हैव अ नेटवर्क ऑफ 60 क्लासेस, जिसमें 1500 बच्चे शामिल होते हैं। जस्ट इमेजिन दैट्स एटलीस्ट 800 families. That's only children. This is not children of devotees, any children. So actually, everybody can be involved in seva. The Matajis, the youth can be involved in this seva to teach children. और बच्चों को कृष्ण के जो कथा सुनाएं और make it very attractive, sing a song, dance with them, get them involved in drama, teach them one shloka a week, okay, and give them some nice prasad. So हर एक colony में ऐसे, और every community you bring one class. So you spread out. If you say Gurugram Sector 45, how many streets are there? How many devotees are living where? Make those devotees' houses as small satellite temples. And tell those devotees, can you have a children class one time? Bring all the children together. Tell stories. बस उनको एक कथा बताइए. Organize one particular time and tell them a small story of Krishna, because there is nobody there to teach them stories of Krishna. Grandparents don't know. Parents are busy earning money. The schools don't teach anything in this wonderful secular India. So who has got anything to teach? But Srila Prabhupada has taught us so many shlokas, so many stories. So just take Krishna book, narrate the Krishna book story, just like you narrate it to your own child or grandchild. Just do it like that and be with the children and just conduct the children class. When you build a children class network, how did Damodar Desh grow? It grew by children classes only. We started with children classes. My father and me used to be teaching children. My father used to go take his car, pick up children, bring them to the temple, do the class, drop them back. And then gradually we were doing it for many years. Then we said, all the parents who are coming here, we want you to start children classes in your own houses. They said, no, Prabhu, we can't tell stories like you do. We can't tell shloka like you do. Forget about it. I'll come to your house occasionally, but you start. So you start off, you go once and twice, and then you back out a few times. They start going, and then the classes started moving. Now we have a full network of 60 classes with 1,500 children registered. In the first 15 years, we didn't charge a pie. Pura free tha. And it was very disorganized. Kuch log aate the, nahi aate the. But fir we kept a small fee, which is like 100 dirhams, 2,000 rupees for a whole year. Okay? And that small fee, register, attendance, number, then it made people say, oh, main fees deta hu. Oh, jao, don't waste my money. Go to class. The parents got serious. And with that money, we could make some books and give them all. We prepared materials. We prepared a shloka booklet. Every year, we'll prepare a shloka booklet of 25 shlokas, which will have 16 Bhagavad Gita, 8 Bhagavatam, and 1 Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we also give them a recording of these particular shlokas. Then at the end of the year, we have a shloka competition, have a painting competition. By doing this, you're able to attract all the children. Otherwise, children are just wasting their time. Go to the schools, conduct the competition. In that part of the world where you are, you can do it so openly. Here, we are not able to do it openly. Even then, in the expo, in the first week of expo, we did a vegetarian week. So we said, let's get a time. And we did a whole week of vegetarian week. Our youth did the program. We had 14 hours of touch time in the auditorium. And what we did, my brother said, I'm going to reach out to all these schools. I said, Arey Baba, we are not even ISKCON. How are we going to do it? So Nand Kumar Prabhu said, let me send out a letter and see whether the schools are interested. So we sent out a letter to say that we are participating in Expo, Vegetarian Week. We want to send you all a quiz. Can each of your schools do your own internal screening and allow 2 people to come to this? And the top 5 schools will be invited at the Expo Pavilion to come and do it. I was surprised. He sent a message to 20 schools. Almost 18 of them responded. Even some Islamic schools responded for vegetarianism. And we did another internal assessment, and 5 of them finally came one day, and we had a quiz for all these children. And their teachers came along. It was after school time, but still they came. So it's a question of how we reach out and do the effort. And I remember while in Chennai, I've gone to various schools, done all these programs. Go to the schools, assembly, do the Damodar Ashtaka. So, sorry, I'm just mentioning things to you. Children programs are very, very important. And when you are teaching a children program, you become a child. And we all want to be young, right or wrong. We all want to feel young. We all want to look young. We all want to, we think we are still young. Only when I watch in my face in my mirror, I see it's all white hair. But other than that, I think I'm still a young man. Yesterday, I was in a program and His Holiness Bibi Govinda Swami Maharaj was there. I said, before I get old, like Maharaj, I want to go and do a Dandavat Parikrama of Govardhan Puja, of Govardhan. Maharaj said, Sri Vallabh, you are already old. So the point is, we never think we are old. But if you really want to be young, we have to get with children. And so we have to become children when we teach children. So I want every one of you actually, you conduct children classes, I tell you, even if you have only 10 children in your house coming, These 10 houses you go to do Damodar Arati next year, just imagine your quota is achieved. Then next stage, go to youth. Get the youth to teach the youth. And then reach out to all the elders. Then reach out to those who are coming to the temple. Go to the schools and the colleges. Give Bhagavatam set. Do a class. Give to the teachers. And now, actually, post-corona, the Zoom culture is beautiful. Nobody can complain that I don't have a vehicle or I'm feeling tired to come here there. No, apne ghar mein baith jao. No problem. Connect whenever you want. It's a great boon actually. So let us enthuse people to do as much. In our classes, even the children classes, we do dramas on Zoom, music on Zoom. So a lot of things that we can do. We have 3 levels. Let me just explain to you. We have a children class, which is this. You can reach any child by just doing it. Just plan what you want to do. 15-minute, sandwich philosophy in between a kirtan in the beginning and, have a small game at the end. Just sandwich one shloka in between and make sure that there is some prasadam made. Mind you, children like to eat outside their house better than eating in their own house. You'll be surprised that children, many times they go to somebody else's house and he eats as if mommy never gave him any food at home. How many times have you witnessed it? Hey, don't eat so much. What will that auntie think? As if I didn't give you anything. Like Krishna went to others' houses to eat butter, right? So all the children like to eat outside. So थोड़ा सा एक छोटा आधा पिज्जा दे दो, एक समोसा दे दो, बच्चे आ जाते हैं प्रसाद के लिए, right? They like to eat it. So that's one children class. Then what we do is the devotees' children are there, right? Many times as preachers, we take care of others. Or Achyuta Hari Prabhu, I don't know how many children he has, etc. He's going to be a busy temple president. Him and his wife taking care of the congregation. All of you are his children. In the process of taking care of all of you, his children, he sometimes may forget his own children. And it happens actually to preachers. They forget about their own children, and their children are not Krishna conscious at all. It's a fortune to be having Krishna conscious children also. So what we started doing, we said, Dridabhak jo general Bal Utsav jo bolte hain, Bal Utsava is for common children. Anybody can join. But then from there, we selected preachers' children, that is devotees' children, initiated devotees' children. And this class was called Dhrida Bhakti, determined children. And for these children, what we did, we organized Swarup Damodar Prabhu to teach them harmonium, singing. We taught them to read Srila Prabhupada's books and speak about Srila Prabhupada's books. We taught them Purusha Shukta, Shlokas, how to do Achaman. And these children are now our Kirtaniyas. When we go for Damodar Arati, if that person is not able to sing, he asks, can you come and do Kirtan? And the children are so proud and happy. Oh, I have exam, but I will still come, no problem. And the children come to a full Kirtan. We have a children Kirtan Mela. And by the way, we have a Kirtan Mela coming up 1st, 2nd, 3rd of December. Our Kirtan Mela is a large Kirtan Mela, but we have a Kirtan Mela only for children, all below 15. Themselves, nobody accompanying on Mridanga, harmonium, everything they do. And we have at least 40 such teams within the children who can do full-fledged Kirtan. When I do Kirtan Mela for children, 24 hours is not enough for me to fit all these children. Many of them are real experts, and we don't put them up without being experts. So this is a Dhrida Bhakti class. That's the next level. First you start with general children, then you bring to your own children, then you have a youth, and then you have for the adults all the programs. So throughout the life, people are taken care of, and in the process, so many preachers get trained, and in the process, it forms a whole family, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. That's the strategy that we have adopted. We are not very good in explaining and teaching that philosophy to others, but this is what we have adopted, and that's our model here in Damodar Pradesh.
It's great.
Wonderful, Prabhuji.
Yes.
This is very enlightening for the congregation that we are so near as far as international ways are concerned, yet we were unaware of many things happening next door, Dubai, Damodar Desh. Wonderful experience, Prabhuji, to have you on this. We are very, very thankful. I wish more questions, if there are, please come on so that we can take Prabhuji's more valuable information, data, and blessings.
यस प्रभु। प्रभु जैसे आप जूम पे कह रहे थे, प्रभु मुझे ऐसा, मेरी फीलिंग ऐसे आती है कि 1 to 1 जाते हैं हम या प्रीचिंग करते हैं, वो ज्यादा अच्छा रहता है, बजाय जूम में मतलब इतना कनेक्टिविटी हो पाती है नहीं हो पाती, हमें लगता है कि नहीं हो पाती है। वट एवर योर एक्सपीरियंस प्लीज।
See, there's nothing like the one-to-one program, but like we used to be, Prabhu Achyuta Hari Prabhu has come in. We used to be doing every Friday a program. Friday is our Sunday. So every Friday a program at a hall called the Sindhi Hall. And we used to have 800 people every Friday, jam-packed. However, post-COVID, the whole program stopped. So we started off Zoom. So now we went on into Zoom and we had many hundreds. It was not that many number, many hundreds, but each link will have a whole family. Yes, there is some indiscipline. People will come at their own times and go. But then we then started putting all these classes in YouTube too. So these classes, even if somebody misses, you can see it. So you go to, we have NBS, Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I'll send you a link. Very beautifully organized by our devotees who have really mastered the technique of Zoom. They've mastered the technique of taking the Zoom link and putting it into YouTube, and how they do it. Now, Zoom has connected many people. What's the advantage is, even those families of those who live in Dubai have started connecting internationally. One-to-one you can do only in Sector 45. Now, the world is borderless. If you are giving a class, if, like for instance, I see Aparajita Karuna Devi Dasi Mataji there, her parents, her brother, sister are in America, anywhere in the world, they can come. So Zoom has got its own qualities, use both. So even when you do a physical program now in the temple, make sure it is Zoom telecasted. So you have both. Those who can come benefit by it, those who don't come are still benefited by it, and those who don't come, they will still occasionally want to come when they see there's a festival. So that desire to come to the temple is automatically there, right? Or go to different houses and do the Zoom class if you're giving a lecture. So we should use this technology very well. And I've seen that now we have started programs. I don't know whether you have started programs in the temple, but we have started, over the last 2 months, we are doing programs. And we see that the turnout is less. Why? People have got accustomed to Zoom. घर में बैठे बैठे देख लेते हैं, इसीलिए थोड़ा कम हो जाता है. But yesterday we had a Govardhan Puja, we had a jam-packed audience. I'm happy in one way, social distancing भी हो जाती है, परंतु जिनको उनका इच्छा है मिल जाती है. I know that crowds are less because of Damodar Aarti time now, but I think it will all come back into shape. But use technology, but try and see how to also maintain that personal connection. There's nothing that can replace a personal connection, but technology should not be forgotten even at this stage. There's a pros and cons for both.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
If there are any more questions, कोई question किसी का? Thank you, Prabhuji. We are very, very grateful to you, Prabhuji, for your time. And so
Just give me a minute to share something for you. I'll send you a link.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is the program that we did at the Dubai Expo. I don't know whether you're able to hear the audio, but I'll send you the link.
प्रभु जी, जहां आपने शेयर किया था ना, एक बार दोबारा से स्टॉप शेयर करके, when you share again, there is a button below called share sound.
Okay, just 1 second.
Just stop share and share. When you start sharing again, there is a button at the bottom called share sound.
Share sound. Thank you. I learned a lesson today. Thank you very much. So just watch it for a quick minute and then I'll send you a link. That's it. Wait a second. I think I'm sharing the wrong one. Just a second, please. Just a second. Bear with me. Don't read my WhatsApps.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like everyone to keep the beat, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. That's it. Keep it clapping. Da 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 da. Do. Do. Da 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 da. 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 Da 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 da.
So we first brought some drums and then we got a whole story of Ramayana put together. The whole story of Ramayana, battle between Rama and we brought a Kerala style of dance. The theme was Rama is returning back to Ayodhya through various regions of India. So, we just dropped that concept in. Then there's a Andhra style of art called Kuchipudi later. And then finally we went to Kathak. Then we went to Kathak. And finally, we get to Pattabhisheka coronation, and you can, I think, just give me a minute.
Where is that chanting you said? Ram, Ram, Ram.
I'm moving to that. Now is the grand finale where Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Sita are coming for coronation. And then finally we get on to the So that was a grand finale. And then I was fortunate to at
In
least
front
make
of
a
this
few comments
august
about
audience
125th.
and the best platform, Dubai's very own Expo 2020. I thank His Excellency, Dr. Aman Puri, the Consul General of India, as well as His Excellency, Dmitry Miklov, Deputy Commissioner General of Russian Pavilion, to be here with us right through this session. We now take this opportunity to thank the UAE government, ruler of Dubai, Expo 2020 authorities, India, and the Indian Pavilion, and FICCI, who made it possible. This year also commemorates the 125th birth anniversary of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, who was instrumental in taking this very culture we witness today to over 100 countries and envisioned a united nations of the spiritual world. We offer our humble obeisances to His divine grace. We also offer our thanks to the current leaders of ISKCON, of whom one of them is present right here before us, His Holiness Bhakti Bringa Govinda Swami Maharaj Ki Jai.
That is just a quick, I don't want to take your time, I'll send it off to you. But just to say that this was definitely historic for all of us here in Dubai. So, thank you. So
Indeed.
my response to Mataji was not perfect because we were just totally tired. We were given 10 days notice to put up the entire show. And we said we're not going to lose the opportunity.
True, it's amazing, प्रभु. लग ही नहीं रहा कि हम दुबई में हुआ है ये प्रोग्राम, और लग रहा है कि हम दिल्ली में कर रहे हैं, ऑडिटोरियम में हो रहा है. मतलब इतनी परफेक्शन से, इतनी प्रोफेशनली मतलब वो किया है. It's amazing, प्रभु. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, I think they should be shared with the Prime Minister Modi as well. That so many people chanted Ram Ram.
Actually, it's come on news all over, Beyond News and others. All these news have captured it all over in India also. I saw that. So yes, definitely government is involved. Where we will definitely, your advice is right. I'll pick it up with them to share some parts of the link. We're going to make a smaller one, but the full recording I have posted on the setup for all of you there.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी. प्रभु जी ने लिंक शेयर किया है चैट में, सब लोग वहां से वो लिंक ले सकते हैं. प्रभु जी, मृदुल गोविंद प्रभु भी हैं साथ में. मृदुल गोविंद प्रभु वाज विद Bahrain.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Mridul Govind Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Balram Desh se.
निर्मल जी, मुझे आपको सुना है, यहाँ पर एक कन्वेंशन हुआ, बहरीन कन्वेंशन हुआ था. I think came there and we got the opportunity to hear you. So it was wonderful, motivating for me, Prabhuji. So particularly you are mentioning about Malaysia Damodar Yatra. That was really wonderful. और ये दामोदर यात्रा का बहरीन में भी बहुत सिलसिला था, यहाँ पर भी शुरू हो रहा है अभी. So we hope that we'll continue this here also. And your lecture has been extremely motivating from the Seva point of view. And the way it has been organized in Gulf, it is really creditable. And I come here in Balram Desh also, Bahrain, Balram Desh also, there is not even a single employee. All are service-based only. So this is the beauty of being in, I mean, away from our country, that everybody will do his part, whatever way he can do. So it is completely service-oriented, and it's really wonderful opportunity and wonderful motivation, Prabhuji. Thanks, really. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So what many sannyasis and important people in ISKCON see is they see a fully trained and a professional and materially well-to-do people who are in the Middle East. When they retire and come back, they are most wanted, like Mridul Govinda Prabhu in the local yatras, because what they would do is they don't even need any money for their support and service, but they would bring in their experience and do it. It's a question of how we welcome them and use them and, do it well. So please, anybody that's there near in that area, we will direct them on to you so that Achyuta Hari Prabhu and all of you, please guide them, inculcate them as a part of the congregation, use their skills, and let us all together do a great job in serving Srila Prabhupada in the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mridul Govind Prabhu. I think Vishakha Mataji has something to say. Yes, Achyuta Prabhu. Please, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Let Mataji say, Vishakha Mataji. Then at the end, I'll request Prabhuji something.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Sri Vallabh Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances.
म्यूट हो गए.
माताजी अनम्यूट कर लीजिए प्लीज, आप म्यूट हो गई हैं.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. I really want to thank you once again. I thank you many times since I've moved from Dubai to Gurgaon. And your enthusiasm for preaching is what has helped my transition from Dubai to Gurgaon. If you remember, I met you before leaving and I was not at all happy because of the, I don't have words to describe Damodar Desh Yatra. I am in ISKCON because of Damodar Desh Yatra. And the leadership, the charm that you exhibit and inspire people to join. because of which I joined, and that continued. I want to share with everyone that after I moved here, also when I visited Dubai just a year later, Prabhu was ready to help me with so much of material to distribute here. He gave me so many books and so many articles that he had printed, and I know how difficult it is to get all these things to Dubai from India. But he freely gave them all to me for preaching purposes, that please go there and use this. And it was his announcement that each one of the Matajis here should start a children's class, which actually got me on my feet to join the children's class. And he has printed he's compiled a book named Raj Vidya for conducting these children's classes. I think everything is ready-made in Damodar Desh Yatra. All we have to do is just pick it up, use it, and apply it. And we have such a fertile environment here in Delhi. There are no bans. You can go on the roads to preach. Prabhu is doing this with so many restrictions. You cannot openly have a Rath Yatra there. You cannot openly distribute books there. Yet, the phenomenal work that he is doing, his leadership charisma is so inspiring. His whole family is dedicated to this. I would really request Prabhu to, when he visits India, to please visit our congregation in Gurgaon. It will be such an honor to have you speak live with all of us here, because I have had his association for 5 years. And I again want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. My children joined your Drid Bhakti class that you were explaining. And today I can proudly say one of my sons is in Toronto, yet he continues to imbibe those values only because of the Drid Bhakti program. He learned to play the mridanga, the younger one learned to play the kartals. He was put in the Charnamrit team under Radha Pad Pankaj Prabhu. And we were looking for that when we came to Gurgaon. We were looking for, where is Damodar Desh here? Where is the Damodar Desh Prasadam here? And I still miss Damodar Desh Yatra. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for inspiring us, for continuing to inspire us. Even devotees need inspiration from time to time. And thank you for doing whatever you're doing for us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. My regards to your husband too. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Those wonderful words here. Prabhuji, thank you. We are very, very grateful to you to have come here today and inspired all of us. I am unmuting everybody right now. So सभी लोग unmute करके, सब लोग हाथ ऊपर करके, let us all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra to thank Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
On any of these individual topics of either Bal Utsava or Dada Bhakti or one other, I have different people who can help you. If you continue to be, and so don't hesitate, connect us. We are ready to help you.
Thank you,
Shrivala
Prabhuji.
Prabhu, the December program which you are planning for the 2020 Expo, if some detail comes, we'll like to
No, the
participate with you.
December Kirtan Rasa is not going to be at Expo at this moment. We are still aiming for that. But at the moment, we are doing it outside. But I will definitely send you an invite. But then, we have been